delighted to be here and preside, however briefly, over this little opening ceremony for this wonderful park. And as will be mentioned before we're through here, I'm sure the nudge in all this was Linda Gray, Councilwoman Linda Gray, who's no longer with us. But she just worked so hard to get us to put together this wanted a park, and I think she would have been so proud to see what's here, because it really is just a wonderful facility for our kids. Simple, but it is just such an attractive thing that I think our kids will love. I have to tell you, I don't think there's more of a reflection of how a city cares for its children than the condition of the parks that we have jurisdiction over. And when we first came in office, we spent close to $14 million on Hicks Anderson, on Eden Park, and a variety of other parks, including Rodney Square, where we really just dressed up these parks that have been neglected for so long. And as beautiful as this park is, these magnificent trees, of course, we had an aging playground here for the kids. And so it was a high priority for us, and as I mentioned, pushed to even higher priority by our dear friend, our late Linda Gray. So feeling inspired by what I know would be the pride she would have in this, I am just delighted to be here today and welcome all of you. As I ask Ian Smith to come on up, our Director of Parks, to say a few words about the park, how it's used, and any other little details I'd like to share with us. Ian?
All right. Thank you, Mayor. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
It's a park, isn't it? How's everybody doing? All right.
You have to show me up like that? I mean, really? You make me feel so boring.
You got the title. I can't show you up. This is tomorrow's my anniversary of my second year of having the opportunity to be Director of Parks and Recreation. This was a project that I came in on, and there were a lot of people invested in this. I want to take the time to the company that put together this park, Ventresca, they're here. I want to say thank you. The equipment, Compan in the back there, Brother Scott, want to thank him. I want to thank Capital Projects, Lenny Sofrin, who actually this is his park as well. The rest of my maintenance team, Sean, LaShawn, and Vicky, my Deputy Director, Melody Phillips. It's exciting to be here. It's exciting to be a part of this development. And it's exciting to hear the children talking and playing and having fun. I do want to bring attention to this one particular piece right here. As we start to look at how do we provide resources for children with autism, but not just children with autism, people with disabilities. And as we get older and we want to engage with our grandchildren, this is a piece of equipment that allows you to be able to do that. And as we continue to develop throughout the city, you will see more pieces that allow different ages to enjoy the swings, the climbing equipment. And I encourage all of you 40, 50, 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds, go ahead and have some fun. Have some fun, right? And lastly, before I leave, I just want to also bring up the spirit of Councilwoman Linda Gray, who was a champion for this park, who made sure that we were always moving forward. And I want to point out two people who live here, Mr. Johnson, who's always calling, sending me a message. He tells us when we're doing well, and he tells us when we need to look at something. And so appreciate him. And Miss Pam Foster, also community resident, who not only cares about this park, has volunteered for our food program, has volunteered to do art programs, has donated equipment to our community center. I want to appreciate everyone and thank you for our citizens that give back and a part of this this great opportunity. So with that said, I would like to bring on, is the council person, Ms. White, out? Is he here? He's not here. Okay, so I'd like to bring on Councilperson Spadola to the mic, please. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm James Spadola, City Council at Large. I just wanted to share some remarks about Councilwoman Gray very briefly. Thank you to the mayor for giving me some time. Councilwoman Gray will be dearly missed. When I think about her position on council, she was really an advocate for ethics, for good government, not just for everybody else, but for ourselves. She was a big proponent of holding ourselves accountable, which I really appreciate. And she was also super independent. You could never pinpoint where she was going to be on a certain issue. She surprised you, which is refreshing in these days and times. So she will be missed, and this is a very befitting honor, and I thank Ian and the mayor for bestowing it on her.
And now we're going to ask Thea Lopez to come on up and say a few words.
Hello, everyone. My name is Thea Lopez, and I am the president of Haynes Park Civic Association. And this is baby Chizara. So I have been in this area for over 30 years. And in those 30 years, this park has went through 3 different phases and 2 different renovations. So that just goes to show that the city of Wilmington cares about its green spaces, about its park, about the youth, and most importantly, they heard us. Prior to me becoming a part of the Civic Association, there was a lot of conversation between Councilman Gray and Pamela Foster. They championed this project. From that on, we were highly engaged in the process, from choosing the layout of the playground, what products that we wanted to use, and we had meetings. We knew the timeline. And that's a prime example of what it takes and what it can be when a community comes together about something that it's passionate about. So I urge everyone to join their community groups, join their civic groups, find something in their community that they would like to change, champion it, and make the change. Because not only will it bring together community, it takes agency, and it really brings in a full community. So please take advantage of that opportunity. And an innocent plug, we will be celebrating our 2nd annual Harlan Fun in the Park series, which is a community engagement series each Tuesday and Thursday throughout this summer from 6 to 8, where we have painting in the park, poetry in the park, things like that. And we look forward to that. And we really appreciate our county councilmen, our city council members for donating to that. So thank you, guys.
Now we'd like to hear from a very old friend of mine. We're both old, but we went back to county council together 100 years ago. Penrose Hollins, great friend of Wilmington.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It is a point of personal privilege for me to join Mayor Pazicki here today, Ian Smith, Director, Councilmember Spadola from the City of Wilmington, and all of you, my neighbors. I was asked to come not because of my long-standing relationship with the mayor, but because the mayor recognized the relationship I had with Councilwoman Gray, whom all the previous speakers have spoken about, Councilwoman Linda Gray. She was definitely a very close friend of mine. I see Bill Majette over there shaking his head. I see Kobe over there shaking. So I know most of you, I live here myself. As a matter of fact, it says home. It's not like I came from someplace else. I live right here on Matson Run Parkway. I just happen to be on county council. Maybe that's why I still got this jacket on, because we have a dress code in county council. I should have taken it off, Mr. Mayor. But anyway, I'm just pleased to be here. And I just know that what this place really means, not just to Councilwoman Gray, but to this community. This Haynes Park represents an oasis in North Wilmington. It's an oasis, as Ian said, that there is an intersection of activity, an intersection of tranquility. So everybody is welcome here. Everybody comes here. People my age come here for tranquility. Then Thea has another whole group she brings here for activity. But all of that, we come here, and there's a canopy, a natural canopy to protect all of us, no matter what that activity may be. But this is a one-of-a-kind oasis in the city of Wilmington. I'm just very glad to be a part of it. Now, going back to my friendship with the mayor, when I first went to county council, believe it or not, the mayor was on county council. I just got there. The mayor was the person who showed me where the water cooler was. Then later on, I recognized I couldn't get away from the guy. So then he became the head of the Riverfront Development Corporation. At that time, a lot of the properties down there were belonging to Newcastle County. So went through a lot of annexation at the riverfront, and I got to know him even better. Aside from that, I ended up being on the Hope Commission and served with the mayor on the Hope Commission until one day he told me he was going to run for mayor. I thought he was kidding. He's still the mayor. But anyway, it's a pleasure for me to be here in honor of Linda Gray, who's a very dear friend of mine. I supported her campaign. But when I first met Linda Gray, I met her because she was the president of the Brandywine Hills Civic Association. That's how we really became to be friends. When she decided to run for county council, I reciprocated because I had to. She had worked for me all these years as a volunteer in my endeavors on the county council. So I returned the favor to her, and she was successful. I know the first time I heard the name Ian Smith, it came from Linda Gray. When she told me she was going to meet with a new director over at Haynes Park, it turns out to be Ian Smith. I just met Ian for the first time a few minutes ago. I just saw Thea Lopez since I came here today. Even though she would tell you, when we talk on the phone, we talk for maybe an hour at a time because I know her commitment to this park. So in addition to the tree that the mayor has had planted here today in the memory of Linda Gray, which is going to last for generations to come, I also want to contribute, I told Thea already, $5,000 for this particular summer's youth program because I believe in what they're doing here. I believe in what this stands for this community. So with that, what I do also know is that tree is going to last a lot longer than the $5,000. The tree is going to be here for generations to come, which is a great tribute to Councilwoman Linda Gray. Councilwoman Gray's husband is in Holland at this point in time. He sends all of his love and regards, but they had made a promise to the goddaughter that once she graduated, he would take her on a tour as a graduation gift to Europe. So that's where he is today. I'm more than pleased to be here today with all of you all and to be part of this great occasion that's happening here in this oasis in Wilmington, Delaware. Thank you all very much, and I'm glad to be here. So thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Brian. Why don't we finish up with Councilman at Large Al Mills?
Thank you, sir.
Al?
Yeah, and really quick, I just wanted to say thank you to the community. Big thank you to Director Smith and to the administration for finishing this up. It's been a project of love, and it's a lot of commitment. This has been our park growing up. My brother and I lived on 26th and Madison. This is where we ran to get ready for service, making sure we can run our 2 miles right here. We first returned back from service. We did poetry in the park. Our first time doing poetry was in this park right here. So it's an amazing thing to just be able to see this park transform into something beautiful for our community. And again, I just wanted to say thank you and look forward to all the wonderful programs going to happen here. Thank you.